Alright, let's dive into it. No fluff around this one, let's just dive straight into it. Can you start a dropshipping store with just $100 of budget and scale it to hundreds of thousands, if not millions? The short answer is yes, you can. Is it going to be challenging? Absolutely. But if you're in this for a long game, it's a fun ride, let's just say that. But if you get the steps wrong, you're going to burn through that $100 pretty fast. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I would do it if I had to start all over again with $100. Now, if you're brand new to this channel, I've literally done 100K in 100 days. And we started with pretty much $100. I documented that full journey. Go and check out that playlist after this video. It's called 100K in 100 days. You can find it on the homepage, because that video will give you, exactly how I documented the whole store. But in this video, I'm going to get a little bit more practical, right? Now, building a profitable dropshipping store with a tiny budget such as $100, you have to make every move count, because if you get one move wrong, you're going to be out the game and you're going to lose that $100. But this video is going to give you exactly how you can do it in the best possible way. We're going to go over the marketing I would do, and we're also going to give you some example of some product research I would test. Now, ideally, I would like you to test more than one product, because one product can just, flump. There can be nothing wrong with that. Sometimes products just fail. That's absolutely fine. So I'm going to go over one product later on in this video, but ideally I want you to do that, replicate that 10, maybe even 20 times at most, okay? So take the product, but go and, make more versions of that using the research. Now, also keep in mind, let's just say you followed everything to an absolute T. You're like, Jake, I've done this, I've done that, and I still failed. I still blew through my $100. Although that is very possible to happen, you're going to be super unlucky, because in this method I'm going to show you the correct marketing you're going to be using. That it's very hard to spend $100 and not get any sort of return. So although it's still possible, please understand that this is not a get rich quick scheme. People are going to fail. I've failed so many times. Like, I've spent way more than $100 not to even get my first sale. But the difference is, people that just keep going and going and going, they smash through these barriers and they're relentless. They don't care if you fail, because they know deep down the line, if they just keep going, breaking all these barriers, it's not going to make a difference, because they're going to get there eventually. Now, some people can get a winning product super fast. They can scale it up in whatever marketing they choose, and it works super well. But those people are mostly one-hit wonders, and they're really out the game in 6 months. So don't get discouraged if you fail with the $100, right? It happens. Also keep in mind, like, when you're scaling super hard, for example, I'll give you an example of me last year during Q4. I was still running into problems I've never faced before, and I was even losing sleep over some major issues. It wasn't getting sales, it was like, how do I keep this machine going? So please understand, there are levels to dropshipping, and there's always mental barriers to pass through. It's just about being relentless. The hardest one is, though, if you're starting out and you're just trying to make that first sale. But as soon as you get that first sale, as soon as you get that $100 day, as soon as you get that $1,000 day, as soon as you get that $1,000 profit day, you can really see the light, okay? So that's what it's all about. But you got to start. If you're starting from nothing, you got to start somewhere. We've all been there. So first of all, I'm going to give you the ad strategy I'm going to be using. Now, many of you watch the channels, you're going to understand it's going to be Google Ads. Now, I'm going to give you a bunch of reasons why Google Ads is the best, but I'm also going to give you a reason why, if you have $100 and that's literally all you have to your name, Google Ads is going to be for sure your best method to get it going. Now, primarily Google Shopping. Do not do search off the bat. If you do search, you're going to get absolute rinse. You're going to have to be super lucky to get that going off the start. So when you're doing this, do Google Shopping. Now, one reason why I like Google Ads in general compared to Facebook ads or your TikTok ads is they're going to give you a free coupon code, right? Now, sometimes it just depends what country you're in, but for UK, USA, Canada, Australia, etc., 99% of the times, every time I've opened up a new Google Ads account and connected a store to it, I've always had a free coupon code. Now, it can vary on price, what you get, but most of the time for me it's 75 GBP, $100 USD, pretty much most of the time. So that's going to immediately, give you almost $200 to spend, right? So you got $100, you've also got another $100 with free ad spend, right? So you've almost immediately doubled, your money to spend. Another beautiful thing is you get this thing called a threshold. So for many of you out there that have ran Facebook ads, you set $5 a day, $10 a day. Little Mark Zuckerberg is taking that money off you immediately when that's hit. With Google, you're going to get this thing called a threshold. For example, in the UK, you start off with about £250. So what does that mean? You can spend like £200 within the month and not get charged. So what does that mean? You can run these ads and you're so much more cash flow positive. If you spend £200, for example, on Facebook ads and you don't get any sale, guess what? You're already out the gates because you only had $100. With Google ads, and if you get everything wrong and you spend the 200 and you still don't have any sales from it, you're still going to be in the game because technically you've not been charged yet. And also keep in mind, with the coupon code that you will apply, you're almost going to have like an extra another $100. So You've got so much room for error. Now, don't get me wrong, you still got to get the sales, but you can make all these mistakes and still be cash flow positive. Another good thing is once you pay Google consistently of 3 months, they bump it up to 500, then they bump up to 1,000, and then 5,000 and beyond. So if you're super consistent and you're scaling super well, you're going to be way more cash flow positive because they're going to give you all these incentives to have a bigger threshold. When Facebook ads, you're getting charged daily. Another thing I love about Google Ads is you only get charged per click. Now, for example, with Facebook ads, TikTok ads, all these other platforms, if you're running ads constantly, you're getting charged for all these impressions, even if nobody clicks, even if nobody comes to the website, you're getting charged. With Google Ads, for example, let's say you do everything terribly wrong and you're just not optimized and nobody clicks, you're still not wasting any money because you only get charged per click. And obviously when they do click, they're obviously typing for the product, they're super interested in the product. Now, don't get me wrong, you still got to have a good converting page and a good product, and the price has to make sense. But if you just get those simple steps right, you're going to get sales every single hour, every single minute, and it's going to be like a flywheel. With Facebook, yes, it's very scalable for sure, but you're going to burn through a bunch of budget with all these eyeballs if you don't get your targeting right. And even if you get your targeting correct, you're still going to have people just scrolling through the feed and they're not going to be clicking. Well, there's a bunch of more reasons I can give you why I prefer Google Ads, but we're going to save that for another video. Now, as far as the product research, this is also very different from your Facebook ads, for example. Now, we don't need to sell any viral products, any trending products. Now, that's obviously a good thing because, for example, if you remember the fidget spinners, a bunch of people made a bunch of money, but guess what? Nobody's making any money with them anymore. With Google Ads, we can sell generic stuff like this desk, for example, like laptops if you want. We can sell all that kind of stuff. I don't recommend starting with high ticket items for sure, but this stuff has search volume. You don't have to do fancy stuff. You're going to have a very hard time selling this expensive desk that goes up and down, competing with big brands. You're going to have a very hard time obviously selling a MacBook Pro on Facebook ads, right, for example, but you can sell this stuff on Google Ads. Like I said, I'm going to start with something small ticket to get you rolling, and then you can scale up for sure. But I'm still sticking with some small ticket products. I got a lot of smartwatches that I'm selling, but every now and again I'll go and have a general store and I'll just run it. I'll find some winning products, I'll take that to a niche store, I might even take it to a one product store, but I'm always testing, and that's the difference. So when you're running Google Ads, for example, when I said to you at the start of the video, you can test 10 to 30 products, put them all in the campaign. All right, so that ticks all the boxes for kind of marketing. I want to dive in the laptop real quick, and I'm going to give you an example for a product that has potential to scale and get sales. Like I said, please do your own research, but this is going to give you the example to go and find those 10, 20, 30 products like I mentioned at the start where you can get testing. But remember, if you copy this exactly, it might not work. But like I said, that's just one of the barriers you need to break through. So you need to take the research you learned, keep going and keep going and keep going, and eventually you will find a winning product, because that winning product will pay for all your losses tenfold, 100-fold, right? And that's what it's all about, getting better, keep researching, keep scaling. All right, so let's dive into the laptop. Let's go over, for example, I was just looking before this video. So Wallcar. Now, like I said, this is your Google shopping ads, right? You also get an idea of the search volume. Keep in mind, if you want to go deeper in search volume, you want to go in the keyword planner on Google Ads, we'll talk about that in another video. I've got many videos on that before, but I'll make another video on Google Ads, how I run campaigns, all that kind of stuff. But I just want to show you the basics of some basic product research. Okay, so don't worry about the search volume too much. Also keep in mind I'm in the UK, so search volume is going to be much lower. Now if I'm in the UK, for example, which I am, but I want to look at USA ads because I want to run my store in USA, for example, all I need to do is I just go in iSearch form, and I come in here. Now I can go United States, and I can go RC car, just like I did there, okay? Now I'm going to get, if I go in shopping, I'm going to get some USA ads. Problem with this method is, compared to a VPN, you can't actually click the ads. It won't let you because it knows I'm in the UK, but you can see the live listings. If you want to click these ads, you're going to have to go down to the stores. For example, Tiger Parrot, whatever that store is, but he's obviously ranking, so he's doing well. So I have to go tigerparrot.com or whatever their .store is or whatever, right? Better way is to get a VPN because you can smash through this and just click on ads. That's the best way. But I recommend if you're in the USA, UK or whatever, just start in your own country, scale it up, and then scale to other countries with winning products. That's the best way. All right, so I've clicked in Wallcar, and really all I like to do is I've opened up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Usually I don't open up that many, but there's a lot of listings I want to take a look at, so I can go out there and write my own product description and really scope down and take an absolute sniper shot on how I can rank this super fast, how I can get the pricing right. I've got to make sure I can source the thing as well, so keep that in mind, but we'll talk about that in a second. So, anti-gravity car from this store. This one's got a much more longer tail keywords, which I recommend, so I'm really looking at this one right now. And keep in mind, these are all ranking, right? So these guys are obviously all getting sales. Obviously, we want to come out there and start ranking immediately and piggyback off these dudes. Now, this guy's got Higmore TM. I would never recommend doing that because, like I said, nobody's searching for Higmore, unless you're like Samsung, all that kind of stuff, like a proper big brand. Nobody's searching for Higmore, so he would do much better if he just called his anti-gravity wall climbing. Obviously, there should be RC car there as well because it doesn't really make sense, but he's obviously done a good description and he's ranking that way as well. So keep in mind, it's the title and description you want to keep out for. This guy, same again. So when I'm looking at mine, I want to look at the top 5, top 3 sometimes, it just depends. I'm looking at descriptions and titles, so I'm going to call this wireless RC wall climbing. I might add some anti-gravity in there. I'm going to have like a hybrid version, that's always what I recommend. So I might go RC anti-gravity wall climbing car for kids, for example. Happy with that, then I'm going to do the exact same with description. I'm going to go down their descriptions. Do not copy and paste. You will get banned. You will get suspended. Do not do it, okay? So same thing again, I'm going to go down all these descriptions. I'm going to chop and change some bits, but the most important thing, I want to have my main keywords in there. So for the title, what I already gave you, for example, you want to use them keywords in, you want to start slotting them in. So for example, this guy's literally just copied and pasted his title to the first line description. That's fine to do, but I always recommend changing some keywords. Still have the main ones in there that are grabbing the search volume, for example, but you want to get a little bit creative and you don't want to just spam keywords because you'll get suspended. It's not going to go well. Okay, so write some sentences, but when you're writing sentences, over exaggerate the keywords. Okay, so this RC wall climbing car does such and such, this RC wall car contains this. Put other keywords in there that you've got in your title and other ones as well, and that's going to give you the best possible chance to rank. But we're not writing our own descriptions, we're not taking everything from scratch, we're looking at what's working, and I've said this so many times, this is the best way to get ranking fast. This is how I did a 10k profit challenge in 17 days. I took what was working, I made a spin-off, I ran Google Shopping, that was it. 100k in 100 days, exact same thing. Took what was working, big general store, not big general stores, about 30-40 products at the start, ran it, scaled it. Simple. It works every single time, but you got to make it right. And even if you get some products wrong, which we had in that store, many products were wrong. Some products just didn't scale, but I had 30, 40 products, my initial products I was ready to test. So winners paid for losers tenfold. And that's what it's all about. And even if I had 20 products and they just didn't perform, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to find another 20 products, right? And I'm going to get better and better and better. Every SPC, every winning product I have, I'm going to have a better chance, but I'm getting smarter and I can start ranking. This is a long video, eh? But we're showing you the nitty-gritty bits because this is what you got to do, okay? Nobody's going to show you step by step how you rank, how you get sales, okay? There's a lot of fluff in the ecom industry, right? We can't be having fluff here. You're not going to get that on my channel. I'm going to be as concise as possible. I'm also going to be like, do this, do that, but please understand that I'm doing this for your benefit. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to have any fancy edits. Sometimes I like to do that, but I'm trying to get deep down to the nitty-gritty stuff. So I like to source on eBay. Sometimes eBay is not the best for everybody, but find suppliers that can get this product to the customer in 7 days, okay? Sometimes it's fine to do 10 days, but 14 days, 21 days, 3 months, it's not acceptable. It might look good on the front end, but on the back end, you're going to have refunds, chargebacks. You're not going to make any money, okay? So, other suppliers I can mention just off the top of my head. AliExpress still works for USA people. For UK, it just does not work. Barely works. So eBay works so much good for UK. There's other suppliers you can use, don't get me wrong, but I'm just sticking with eBay right now. Alibaba I like to use when I'm bulk buying and I'm scaling a product. We'll talk about that in another video, okay? So let's just open the first one here. Now obviously there's so many other listings, right? People say, oh, what happens if the supplier runs out? The supplier's not going to run out. There's so many listings, okay? So let's look at this one first. First of all, I like to check, is this dude in the UK? He says he is, it is. It's 2050 today, as you can see, it's coming in 6 days. Boom, ticks that pillar. Super happy. Another pillar I like to look at, is the reviews decent? Anything above 95% is going to be fine. I don't look at it too much because suppliers can be new. They can get eBay suppliers can fight against each other, they can write bad reviews. It happens on Amazon a lot. So reviews, have a look at them, but don't go deep dive into it, because I've had eBay suppliers I've worked with and scaled with, I've had really bad reviews, and the bad reviews have just came from like other competitors that have just paid a bunch of VAs to go and spam it. So it's not always true, okay? But I still like to look at it, okay? Main thing is the delivery. Another thing is, how much is the bloody product costing me, okay? So let's look at our competitors. 27, 29, 29. Yeah, so we're going to be selling it. This guy's selling at 63. Holy, maybe it's a different kind of version, whatever. Yeah, so everybody's selling it at £30, okay? 27 to 30. Guess what I'm going to sell it at? I'm going to sell it at 29. Just probably 29 on the dot, right? Somewhere in between, okay? So 29 is fine. You can go higher as well, but if you're starting brand new and you don't have any data on this product, you're going to have to not go as high, because it's going to be hard. All these competitors are running, probably strong SPC, single product campaigns, and you're scaling. If you're 40, 50 pounds, you're going to stand no chance because you've got no data. So go in the middle. 29 I'll go at, it's still in the middle. How much is the product costing? It's costing £6.69. Minimum margin for me is £20, okay? Anything less, I've done it before, just not worth it at scale. Refunds 3%, Shopify payments if you're using 3%, all these little fees will add up. Chargebacks 1-2%. You got to factor all this in, because at scale it happens, okay? So £20 is my minimum where I can make it work. Now I can find products much higher, like this is a little bit higher, it's 22, so that's about $25, $26. So this is actually higher, which is another tick. Every pound, promise you, it counts at scale, okay? It really does count. So this ticks that box as well. I've got at least a £20 minimum margin, and I can scale this, okay? I've given it my best possible chance. Boom, like I said, go and do this 20 more times, okay? Doing this 20 more times, you're going to find an SPC, a winning product. If you don't do it again, okay, like I said, you've got to break through these barriers, and that's it. That's the best way you can get started. And like I said, I didn't go deep diving in the Google Ads, but I'm going to save that for another video. I want to make it super short as possible, even though I've rambled on here a little bit, but I feel like it's super important because there's no fluff here, right? You want to get proper information, you want to start ranking, you got to cover every angle, okay? So I'm going to cover Google Ads a little bit more. Like I said, I've already covered it before. Go and check out some videos, type in my channel, Google Shopping Ads, you'll find it. There's a video that's got like 5k views, Google Shopping Strategy for 2020. Nothing's really changed, to be honest. It's pretty much the same strategy. Go and look at that, but I'm going to come up with an updated version, in this new place that I'm in. So keep an eye for that. But this is how you can get started. I've shown you the product, okay? I've shown you how to I'm not showing you how to get a Google Ad account, but just go on Google Ads and type in Google Ads, make an account, okay? Super simple. We can go about conversion tracking, we can talk about all the fancy little things later, okay? But right now, I just want you to go find some products. Go and find 20 products, do this research, put them in your store. I'm not going to show you how to open up a Shopify store. I think I've done a video on that, but I'm not that guy. I'm not these basic kind of guys. I like to deep dive into, I like to talk about dropshipping, Google Ads. I like to talk about TikTok ads as well. Like I did a little challenge on that. That was fun. I'm going to do another one on that. It was super good, super scalable for sure. But dude, I spent that budget in like a couple of hours. Okay, so take the time, go through the channel, go and watch this video again. Okay, go and watch this video again. Subscribe, because there's going to be other videos on Google Ads. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Any comments, I'll answer if it's in the first hour. I'll always give time to jump in the comments, but that's it. Peace out and get to work.